To subdue the yes and provide security guarantees for the future, Putin has begun to influence young minds in Russia. Teachers are instructed to explain to school children and students the reasons and tasks of the special military operation, as Russian officials call war against Ukraine.
Everything is happening the same way it does in a totalitarian state. There is a certain panic. The number of events is growing exponentially. Take a look at what they are doing. The creation of a youth organization which is putting everything into itself. This is the so-called Hitler Youth, the same Komsomol and pioneers. This is the first movement that is out there today.
Education in Russia and the occupied territories is now a weapon of mass destruction. Changes will also be made to the dictionary of the Russian language. According to a document signed by the Russian president, foreign words can only be used if there are no analogues in the Russian language. History textbooks are urgently rewritten. Starting from September, high school students will be taught history in a new way. Thus, an annexation of Crimea is explained by the need to save peace on the peninsula, and the full-scale invasion of Ukraine is explained by the need to prevent the end of civilization.
Russia completely amputates the trend of Europeanization. This is not the first time this has happened in Russia's history. It is like hitting yourself on the forehead with a mop, because Russia as a state achieved its greatest success in the 19th century, when Europeanization was the greatest. The rejection of Europeanization is what brings Russia back to the very wild times, cutting it off from normal communication with the world. This course is suicidal.
The Kremlin regime is also trying to make adjustments to the personal lives of Russians. The authorities consider it vicious that woman wants to first get education and only after that have children.
A vicious practice that has developed in society, that a woman should get education, then make a career, then provide herself with a material base, and only after that, when she reaches a difficult reproductive age, should she be concerned about childbearing.
In Kyrgyzstan, law enforcers shut down an illegal tent camp of Russians engaged in military education of children due to violation of sanitary norms. There were 20 children and 5 adults in the camp who have traveled to Issyk-Kul from Surgut. Russians themselves said that they were members of Union of Marines, which is involved in what is called military patriotic education of high school students and young people.
There are camps where Russian-speaking children are robbed. This creates a kind of fifth column. Putin is in a hurry to create his own support among children.
Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Russian schools have strengthened military patriotic education, introduced propaganda lessons calling that talking about important things, started inviting combatants to lectures for school children, and advertised contract service for 10th graders from mercenaries of PMC Wagner. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.